Good morning. I feel like Christmas has come early today. I've just been down to pick the roll cage up from JP Cages. You can see that in the back there. Well excited to get that all sorted. I've also got a back seat full of other bits to get in. We finally got the bushers we were waiting for from Powerflex, so we can get those in, get the front subframe in, and then we need to get the car rolling, get it outside, get in at the sides and get the cage in. I'm well excited. Let's look at this bad boy. Obviously we can't see a lot of them in it because it's all wrapped up, and I'm going to keep it wrapped up for as long as possible so we don't scratch it or anything, but very excited to get going on this. Before we can make any progress on the roll cage, we need to get the car out so we can actually get in the doors at the side and get the cage in. So we need to get the new bushers on from Powerflex so we can get the front subframe all sorted, get front hubs on, front suspension, and roll it out. So let's get cracking with that. So this is the two bushers that we need to change to get the subframe, front subframe all finished. We're having trouble with this end bolt, so I think we're going to have to get a bit creative to get those off, but we'll see how we go. Right then, whilst my dad is sorting these front lower control arm bushers out, I'm just trying to find some bits to do to keep me busy before we can put the front subframe on. So I've put the rear brakes back together, got some nice J-hook discs, wheel studs, new pads in. We are going to have to change those pads because the Mini Challenge are on championship specific pads, so everyone is on the same pad, so I need to get a set of those front and rear and then put those on. Inside, put the dash bar back in, handbrakes in, and I'm actually just looking at mounting our little screen demister heater. So obviously we took all of the original heater, aircon, blowers, all of that gubbins is gone, but we're still going to need to demist the screen if we need to. So we've gone for a little T7 design, 3.5 kilowatt, just a little heater that will run off the original coolant hoses. So I'm just mocking up for a bracket now. So I've just taken the back off of the heater, and I'm going to try and go up in here somewhere. Where are you? Up in here, just so it's out of the way, and then we can run the duct in to that and go up onto the kind of factory location in the dash, and that should come out the factory kind of screen blower vents, and should be able to demist the screen quite nicely. Good to get that reservoir held up so it's not just dripping everywhere. Yeah. Just come down a bit. Yep. Let's come this way. find some bolts. So obviously we're putting the original suspension back on, but we're actually going up to Clubman Motorsport on Tuesday to see Rob, and we'll get the proper BC Racing suspension. We just need to get this rolling for now.
You go and leave them.
Did it, yeah.
Okay.
You out?
Yep. Yeah, to watch stuff on the roof.
Yeah.
God, it's fast.
Yeah. Awesome. There we go. It's its first time out of the garage since it went in. On its own wheels. So we're just trying to fit up where the cage goes, and we just we need to take these little brackets out, so it's just get rid of these spot welds on either side, and then we'll be able to push push the whole cage back and it'll line up with that, and then we'll be able to get the front in and see where the front plates need to go, because at the minute we're just down here. I'm not entirely sure that's where they go, but get everything lined up and we can mark where we need to weld it. Right then, it's a new day and I'm going to get the mounting boxes welded in for the cage. I've just gone around and cleaned up all where we need to weld in, got rid of all the paint and the seam sealer and everything, so we're ready to pop these in. Do you like my new welding jacket? I thought I'd get this because when I put the sill stands in, I just welded with my t-shirt on and I ended up looking like a squashy, so health and safety first. So let's get these plates welded in.
Later.
Right, another day back on the Mini. I didn't get quite as much done on Sunday as I would have liked. I did get the rear mounting boxes for the roll cage welded in, and during the week my dad's got the fronts in, so we're about there with the roll cage, getting that fully bolted in. On Tuesday we had a drive up to York to see Rob at Clubman Motorsport, so I got a truck full of goodies now. We've got seats, BC racing suspension, fire extinguisher, all sorts of good stuff to get going with. I think first job for today is I'm going to get the original suspension off, get the BC suspension on, and then we're fully rolling on the correct suspension, and then I can get the front brakes on, brake lines, and then we're ready to run hard lines. And then after that I'd like to get the harness eyelet and mounting plates welded in, so then that should be all the welding done, and I can clean up underneath and give that another bit of a spray with the stone guard underneath. So let's get cracking. So for the Mini Rally Challenge, one of the control parts is the suspension, and it's this BC Racing suspension that we have to run. Adjustable camber top mounts, adjustable dampening front and rear. So let's get these on. So the suspension is adjustable front and rear, dampening. And obviously the rears, I've got remote adjusters. So what I've done is I've actually drilled a hole and run the adjuster through and then just put it on a clip so that we can get to the adjustment for the rear shocks. Right then, that's the BC suspension all in. New brake discs, pads and braided lines, front and rear. All sorted, so we're just putting the wheels back on and we'll get it back on its wheels and crack on with some other bits. Actually, before we drop the car down, I'm going to put the harness eyelet backing plates in. So I've just marked up, drilled the holes, so eyelet is going to go through. I'm going to weld a backing plate underneath the car, and obviously eyelet will bolt into that, and that should be all the welding done. Fingers crossed, shouldn't need to do any more. So harness eyelet's all in now, so it's all welded in underneath, and we've sprayed up in here again, and I've done the underside as well and tidied that up with the chip guard StoneX stuff. So on with the next bits. So I think what I'm going to do, final job of the day, is just mock up where the plumbed in fire extinguisher is going to go. So the ideal place we would like it is behind the driver's seat. So if we have enough room, it will go in there. So I'm just going to mock the seats in here, get the seats on the rails, mock them up, see kind of roughly where we want them, each of us, and then see if there's enough room to go behind the driver's seat. So we'll have a look. Right, I think that's us done for the day. Both seats are mocked up and in, happy with where we've got them, where we want them. There is enough room behind my seat for the fire extinguisher, and we've got the battery behind my dad's seat. Good day today, haven't we? Lots
Very
done.
good day today. Bit of progress.
Yep.
It's good to be bolting things in and not taking them off again.
Yep. So hopefully a lot more progress in the next video. So we'll see you then. Don't forget, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.